Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Beyond Fashion, a T2 and 85 Lansdowne collaboration. Immensely successful till now, and to make it even special, we have a very renowned guest with us today, jewelry designer Hanut Singh. Well, jewelry designer isn't probably the best way to describe him. For me, he's an artist beyond everything. And Hanut is in Calcutta for his second showing at 85 Lansdowne. His first showing was an immense hit, and he's back in town with more, and he is here with us. Hanut, welcome back to Calcutta.
Such a pleasure and a privilege to be here.
How, I mean, you know, I was speaking to you 2 days back and you were very excited. What's the buzz like? How have you set it up this time?
I'm very excited because not only have I worked really hard on the collection, and I'm really excited to show it to everybody. Maithili and I also have done the visual merchandising. Normally we get some other people to do it, but this time we've done it ourselves. So it's more akin to my heart, and just very excited about what's to unravel.
You went to a mandir. Which mandir was it?
Huh?
You went to a mandir today or day before? I
always go to a mandir wherever I go. I enjoy going to a mandir.
Is it a ritual for you too?
I love it. I absolutely do.
Is it like something that you pay, like, you know, start your journey with, that kind of a thing?
Absolutely. Any new journey is with the blessings of the Lord.
Right. Hanut has lived in Cal in his younger years. In Alipur, went to La Martiniere for boys before he left Calcutta. But he has very fond memories, and Hanut,
I loved Calcutta. Well, I was here till I was like 7.5. So whatever memories one can have till then, which are quite a few actually. I lived in Alipur in a lovely building called Woodlands. And I have very vivid memories. In fact, last time I was here, went back to Woodlands with my siblings. They were here with me too, and went for a walk through, and it jogged so many memories. And yeah, it was sweet and wonderful.
How has Cal left an impression on you? Though you left early, started designing much later.
I absolutely. I mean, when I was here the last time, which was about 16 months ago, it really sort of filtered in again. You know. I hadn't been back in those many years, but I just love, there's this certain, I mean, firstly the buildings here are astonishing. I mean, everywhere you drive, I'm just gawking and looking at how absolutely incredible they are, crumbling but yet filled with character. And there's something deeply melancholic but yet something propulsively pulsating about Calcutta, and I absolutely love that. It's a city that's lived. It's a city that is deep. You can feel the depth, and you can feel the brilliance around you. I just went to Siena for lunch, which was, oh my God, so good. So you guys have the best of the best, and I think it's a very civilized place, except for the traffic.
Tell us how you've dressed yourself today.
Well,
how
I wore
eclectic.
I wore my black kurta pajama, and then I thought I'd wear all my talismans that I love, which is my shark tooth, which is in pavé diamonds, my classic diamond dagger. Now I do many daggers, but this is my classic, which is in, again, it's like a railroad effect of diamond baguettes. I'm wearing an art deco ring. I'm wearing a bracelet from the 1920s.
Powerful. Really chunky.
Thank you. Yeah, it's from the 1920s, one of my favorite ages of jewelry design. And then I'm wearing all my various different stones that sort of clash together and mix together, and I hope create magic for me. They're all my astrological stones, so they're basically rubies, emeralds and diamonds, and I wear them all together, so it's meant to touch the skin, and it's meant to sort of like, I hope create magic.
Do you dress according to your mood?
All the time, but I actually have a uniform. I do my jewelry according to my mood. I have a uniform of black t-shirts. I wear these pants called Maharishi pants that I get in London or New York, and sneakers. So it's not much more than that.
Your sense of design, your sense of style, how much is it from your Kapurthala royal lineage?
Well, I think sense of design doesn't come from royal lineage or any lineage. It's your own. It's completely your own, and it comes from maybe the homes that I've lived with. My mother's very inspirational as far as design and home and etc. goes, so it comes from her. I don't think design comes from lineage. I mean, maybe also
what you absorbed
through DNA. I don't know what happens, but yeah, it's all got to do with the world that I exist in.
But when you started, you're not trained.
Not at all.
Not professionally. It's the instinct and you know what you saw.
Yeah. That's how I started. But now, those many years later, I'm as trained as an ultimate trained jewelry designer.
What led you to taking this step into the world of design?
I've always been obsessed with jewels since I was a kid, always. So I've grown up around really lovely jewels and set by the great masters of the world from, say, like the 1920s and 30s, which is the greatest design, jewelry design time, I would say. So I've grown up around that. So that, I can say, has been a sort of education for me. But then I did so many other things. When I turned 30, I decided I wanted to do jewelry design.
There was not one moment you suddenly...
No, I did percolating. It was percolating with me. I used to write for magazines. I used to do all of that. I did food reviews. Then I worked for a magazine. Then I did a lot of music as well. I did lots of artistic things. But I knew that even though I did them well, it was not something that...
not after your heart.
Yeah. And I always knew that I wanted to do something in design. I didn't want to do clothes. And I was obsessed with stones and jewels. So that's how I leapt in.
Right.
And it was a totally different time. As now, like every second person seems to be a designer. But when I was doing it, it was fun because you know I was using interesting stones and I was doing very architectural, simple shapes, and nobody had kind of seen it before. It was like it was a novelty.
No, it's still a novelty.
Yeah, but it's different now because I don't do. I've evolved in my own journey. But you know, when I did it for those first 8-10 years, like I literally ran the earring game in Delhi. I went to New York, which I was very successful there, and then Bombay, and then all my shows, and then I was like the earring king. You know, I've now moved on to other things, but it's been a great journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hanut, when you're doing something and then you kind of change the track and go into something else.
Such as? I don't understand.
No, like you changed the track and went to jewelry designing.
Yeah.
How much leap of faith does it take, and what
it's entire leap of faith because you never know which way it's going to go. I was basing my life on it, my career on it, my existence on it. You know, you never know which way you're going to go. I didn't have anything else to fall back on. So it was a complete deep dive.
Is your instinct told you that this is what I wanted to do?
100%. I mean, instinctively, it's what I wanted to do, and I chucked up everything else to do it.
And you've obviously been surrounded by jewels when you were growing up.
Always.
When you just started designing Hanut, did you go back to the archives a little bit, or?
It's not archives. It's like what my family has, what they wear on a daily basis, what they possess. There are no archives.
No, but did you go back to those patterns, designs, something that you looked up, or you remembered them? It was in your mind.
No, it's like you live in a home and I'm sure your mother wears a ring and wears earrings, and so it's nothing that I'm going back into and studying. I didn't really study it, but it's like I've grown up around it. So I saw the techniques of it. I saw how colors were mingled. I saw how settings were done, how clasps were made, the physics of the jewelry. I saw, So it's always stayed with me. So.
Tell us about your first piece. Very special must be.
Well, I don't know how it's the first piece. So let me tell you about my first collection.
Yeah.
It was called 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏𝒂, which means fruits of the sea. An uncle of mine had shown me this amazing shell called an abalone shell. It was a Japanese shell, and it reminded me of deep underwater as well as a cosmos.
Wow.
So it is an iridescent shell. So it's got the different shades of blues going into flashes of purple, going into silver and platinum and gold, all within a certain shell. I was mesmerized. And it was very organic, and I love doing organic jewelry. And it was the first thing that I was going to be doing. And nobody had ever seen anything like it. Plus, I was completely untrained. So I said, let me do things that relate to the sea, because this is a shell from the sea. So I did sort of grey pearls and pink pearls and creamy white pearls, and then I set them on gold rods. So it was like, like those hanging architectural mobiles, or they were like wind chimes. So it was very sleek, very simple, and it was this iridescent flash of color of a shell with different kinds of pearls. Very linear, like my design still is very linear. And yeah, so I did about 18 pieces of those, and I sold each and every one of them. And till today, like 20-something years later, I still see people wearing them and wear them all the time.
You did tell me that you don't flood the market with your pieces.
I don't.
But you do revisit. So is that?
Yeah, I revisit styles of mine. I've been so prolific. I'm really prolific, and I'm always creating. So I may have had a great idea 20 years ago. It's not as though I'm going to let it go, right? I'll come back to it.
And do you have all your sketches still?
Of course.
All your sketches are
Absolutely
documented?
everything.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your process, Hanut? Tell us a little bit about...
Oh my God, my process is, I could be walking on the street and be inspired. Basically, as I said, keep your third eye open. I'm a deeply creative person, so I'm always absorbing. With jewelry, it's like, if I have a design in mind, then I find the stones for that. Or I find stones that I go berserkly in love with and then do a design around it. So that's the simplest way of describing how I do it. But it's a process, it's a passion, it's like a love affair, it's like all of that, all intermingled. So, you know, it's always like a well-made cocktail, you know, you shake and you stir and you add.
Right.
And then something comes of it.
Right, right. Also, when you started, you did say it's evolved, the brand's...
yeah, it's a constant evolution.
A little bit on how, what changes you see now that
you know, the more you delve into anything, I mean, any creative person, the more, or any person, you could be building cars, I mean, for all I care. The more you delve into something that you really like, the more you work on it, and the more you work on it, you get better and better and better and better and better at it, right? And you get more evolved and more evolved and more evolved. So it's a journey. So I feel that I have been on this very deep journey of my own. I'm speaking for myself, and it's a constant evolution. So designs that I did some time ago and designs that I'm doing now, it's not as though those were less and these are more, but I may be working in a different technique that I didn't work in before. You know, I might be working with a different cut of a stone that I didn't work before. So I'm playing a game with myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, right. You did say vintage and 1920s
It's
are
my
your favorite
20
era.
and 30s. Yeah, and it's like not mine, it's mine, but it's like, I think many jewelry designers plumb that era.
What other influences have seeped into your work besides the everyday life that you see around yourself?
I mean, art, architecture, dance, movement, books, music. I mean, nature. Changing of seasons, flowers, the jungle. I mean, there's anything. I can be inspired by anything. I can look at this 85 Lansdowne on that cup and be like, I love the way the movement of the italics and the print is. I just love the flow of it.
Correct.
So you know, I could be inspired by that.
Before I ask about your huge list of celebrity clients, and everybody's worn Hanut almost all over the world, you started painting.
Yeah, recently.
2 years back. Do you see it in any way seeping into your creativity
absolutely,
now?
because you know, just the movement, just the flow, 100%.
In the recent collection that you've done, do you see any influence?
A lot. I mean, again, it's all about flow, right? Everything's about movement and flow. So yeah, absolutely. Even certain color combinations that I do now that I wouldn't have done or hadn't thought of earlier. It's another different expression, and so all expressions, I guess, inform what I do.
Correct. Now talking about Madonna.
Oh my God.
You love Madonna.
Oh my God.
You've seen Madonna's concerts all around the world, you've told me.
Yeah. And
what does she mean for you?
Obsessed with her since I was like, what, 13, 14, 12. My God, she's it. She's the ultimate. She's the ultimate performer. And so to have her wear my jewelry, it was unbelievable. I mean, you know, she sees and wears the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. So for that to happen, it was crazy. And then she wore it all the time, like for a period of time. She's a chameleon, she keeps moving on also. So for a while, I had her wearing my jewelry a lot. So that was incredible. Then she wore it on her birthday, then she wore it for the birthday trip, then she wore it for the next many months, and then she went on to something else. And she was wearing like all the time. It's not as though she wore it once and then that was it. It was something that she had on all the time.
Right.
So it obviously resonated with her. I came in her Frozen video, the new remix of the Frozen video. So I'm in a music video also by the legend who created the template for artistic expression in music videos.
Right.
From 1983 onwards, you know, so who's made the greatest videos in the world ever. So to be in a music video, amazing. Recently I was on an album cover, Doja Cat, who's a huge hip-hop star.
Correct.
I'm on her album cover. So that was also like a trip. So I've been in a music video, I've been on an album cover. So
Can you pick 5 of your, you don't have muses, I know, but 5 of your favorite personalities who won Hanut Singh? Globally, global stars.
And they have to be stars?
Your friends? I
Okay,
mean,
well,
DVF, you call her
yeah, DVF. I mean, the lady with the most amazing jewelry taste ever, and jewels. Madonna, Demi Moore, Kareena Kapoor I love, J-Lo was a decent one, which is huge. Rihanna, Miley Cyrus.
What about these women, Hanut, that are so powerful and timeless, everlasting, really?
What about
What about these women are timeless, you know? What makes
They're
them
one in a
timeless?
gazillion. They're superstars for a reason. Nobody becomes a star just like that. You don't fall into it, right? They are really driven super talents who work their butt off, who've achieved excellence is their drive and focus. They've crossed all sorts of glass ceilings. They've broken all sorts of glass ceilings. They've had to deal with all sorts of stuff but still create their art and magic. They have been cultural shapeshifters. They have changed the narrative in the game globally. So that in itself is so intoxicating.
And somebody who's so keenly observant of life, what are you learning from them?
From them, from these superstars.
From, you know, from personalities who are very
Yeah,
inspiring.
it's just their drive, their focus, their ambition, their hard work, their reach. It's what impresses me. I mean, I don't know what I learned from them, but it really impresses me.
Your, you know, top tips or anything that you would like to tell the next generation of designers who are coming into the scene now?
Really have a point of view. Have an original point of view, and play the long game. Don't imitate it. I mean, it's a form of flattery, but it's like have your own point of view, have your own direction, have your own aesthetic lexicon. It's a tough world out there now. I mean, everybody's doing everything. Don't get too swayed by what you're seeing online. Be original, be your own master. This young generation is so talented.
Yeah.
I mean, and they approach things so differently. We, I think, maybe overthought things, and it just comes, and they're just so free. Look at how men wear jewelry now. I mean, men wear jewelry better than women do.
Absolutely.
You know, who would have thought that like 10, 15 years ago? It's this new generation have complete aplomb. And there's such a freedom now also, you know, even within their sexualities, it's everything's free flowing and nobody's really tied down to anything. I think self-expression now is so full frontal. It's pretty amazing.
But how do you develop that original voice? There's no
Now
trick,
that I
there's
don't
no
know
tip.
about that. That I don't know how to develop an original voice, but
Just
I
maybe.
guess originality has to come from within.
And also you're saying being a student, like
Be
you
a
are.
student of life. Be a student of life. It'll help you.
What are your favorite stones? Let's talk about that.
It's impossible to answer because every few months I have a different crazy passion.
Right now?
Right now, I'm loving colored pearls, but naturally colored pearls. I am absolutely loving. I'm loving all pastel colored stones at the moment. I'm going through that.
Motif, dagger motif will be your favorite?
As a motive?
Yeah.
No, I've got so many different motives. The dagger one is what I'm very well known for, which I love.
Which is power.
Which is strength, power, and protection. So I love that, and I do many iterations of it. I love fluidity of shape, so as much as I can do all of those, I do.
Manifestation, Hanut will end with that.
Oh my God, the most important thing on this planet. And the older I grow, the more I believe it, and I've seen the power of it. And manifestation doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, you covered, and you want. It's all about intention, and it's all about focused intention, and it's all about, very importantly, a true spirit of intention. It's not about faking it. It's not about. There has to be a level of clarity and truth in any manifestation, and then a fully formed idea of what you're manifesting. Like the more precise and the more focused and the more you can see it in your mind's eye, rather than it being just a nebulous thing like, oh, I would love to get a car kind of thing. You need to be very honed in and very focused about what car and why and what and how it should, what it should look like. I mean, just like all of those sort of things. But just manifestation to have honesty, truth, and deep clarity.
What are you manifesting?
I'm manifesting. My God, why should I tell you? But
something you can share.
I don't know. I'm manifesting like a really good journey in life. That's what I'm truly manifesting. I mean, of course, success in work. Of course, good health. Of course, joy and inner joy and creativity and abundance of creativity. Of course, the health and well-being of my family and loved ones. Of course, my dogs, my passion for my dogs, my homes, my friends. But also just that the journey ahead should be rich, internally rich and filled with wonder and filled with opportunities and filled with happiness.
Amen to that.
Thank you.
And we have to let Hanut go. Very busy day ahead of him. But thank you so much for tuning in, and do keep watching out for more such episodes on Beyond Fashion, a T2 and 85 Lansdowne collaboration. Thank you so much.
Thank you.